Got to talk about Bo Nix. You mentioned it. It was a slow start to the season. You didn't really know what was coming, and all of a sudden it was like that. He figured it out. What are you seeing from this kid?
Well, first off, he looks way more comfortable, and his arm strength looks great. You know, early on, I thought he kind of struggled to just simply throw the football. I mean, you talk about the touchdown to Mims Jr. there. That in itself, again, you cannot throw the ball any better. But what I also like here is that you see plays like this, bringing the blitz, there's a free runner, he gives himself a little more time, very, very accurate throw. And then you see, and we've been seeing this, him on the run outside of the pocket, kind of off-schedule type throws. And again, another blitz, he backs up a few more steps if you watch that to give himself some time here. He's under pressure. See how he leans to the left there? That's a veteran play right there. And again, let's just watch it one more time. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that was gorgeous.
And what was, again, another thing that I thought was impressive from his standpoint today was that you had that pick early on. You know, things were a little stymied for him. And as a rookie, it's easy to kind of be like, man, getting balled up. Myles Garrett is on their team. We're struggling a little bit. I'm not having a great game. It's prime time. But then to come out and make a play and a throw like that it's a big statement for me. So again, I was pretty cold on this guy at the beginning of the year, I will admit. I have totally changed my narrative on him. I think he's got a lot of potential on this team.
Do you want to hear about his post-game interview potential?
Can't wait.
Here he is with Lisa Salters.
Bo, your first taste of Monday Night Football. Describe that game.
Well, it was a tough football game. They had a really good defense, and you know, we forced 3 turnovers, and that was kind of the difference in the game. You know, I thought we did a good job. When we had to go down and score. We got a field goal there at the end, and then our defense made several stops. And so this is what Monday Night Football is all about. It's not pretty, but all it matters is getting a win.
You and Jameis really put on a show. I saw that you shared a moment with him. What did you say to him?
Well, we're from the same town back in Alabama, and it's fun to watch him play. You know, obviously he's a lot of experience. I've been watching him for a long time, and just got a lot of respect for what he's done and what he's been through, and been able to do in this league. And obviously he had a really good performance tonight. So you know, just all respect.
Bo, your defense got you 2 touchdowns tonight. Most importantly, you got the win. But how do you think you personally played?
I played all right. You know, I'm going to beat myself up over the negative things, but at the end of the day, all that matters is we won, and you know, they were a good football team. I know, you know, they've had a rough go at it, and statistics may not show that, but they're a good football team. They got good players on defense. They play hard. They're physical, and we just were fortunate enough to score more points than they did tonight.
Thank you, Bo. Congratulations on the win, and welcome to Monday night.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
That was pretty polished.
Yeah, polished interview. Had a little bit of the, you know, kid in school eyes where you're searching for the answer up there. I do that once in a while.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, he did the right thing. High praise for the opponent.
Agreed.
Leave all that praise out there. Praise Jameis.
He's on it.
How dangerous can this Broncos team be in the postseason based on what you've seen?
So it's very dangerous, but I think, you know, obviously they're not in our 3 pillars.
Right.
But
the 3 pillars of the AFC. You want to remind everybody one more time?
Steelers, Chiefs, and Bills.
Yep.
And Bills fans, don't be mad at me. You can easily put them 1, but those are your big 3 right now for me. And I sit here and I look at this Broncos team, and I think they're good. They're obviously a playoff team. They're not in those 3 teams category. But what I will say is they have the potential to play, you know, sleeper in a way because they have a few things they do really well. And one of those is stop the run. So if they come into a team that struggles, you know, to throw the football, could they potentially create an upset in that first round? Yes. Again, it's going to take a lot of plays, but I really do like that. And the other thing that was a bit strange, and you could say it was the schedule, but generally this defense has been good this year. You know, yards per game, I think coming into this, they were 3rd best in the league. 6th against the run, maybe 9th against the pass. Now, they got exposed today against the pass, but that being said, they did score 14 points, and if Cody Barton takes the piano off his back, probably would have been another touchdown there late. So I sit here and say defensively, you know, they can definitely create a tough matchup for anybody. And now we look at this playoff picture, I think they have a legitimate chance to end up as the 5 seed. They have somewhat of a weak schedule. They play the Chargers still. The Ravens have a couple tough games. Not next week, but then after that, does not get easy. So all of a sudden, if it's Houston versus Denver in round 1, could I see Denver finding a way to get that done? I could. Again, I'm not saying they're favorites, But can they get a little spicy in the playoffs? Absolutely.
Yeah, you pointed out not the easiest schedule down the stretch. Their final 4 games, Colts, Chargers, Bengals, they have to finish hosting Kansas City.
Yeah.
But by then, Kansas City might not care that much about
Yeah, so there's a lot of things at play here. Again,
Yeah.
I have a hard time, like if it ends right now, they're playing the Bills. And I tip my cap to Jameis, but do I think that Josh Allen can recreate that throwing performance? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have a hard time saying this team's going to go to Buffalo and find a way to win. But again, if they can move up there, perhaps get Houston, maybe get on a roll, you never know.
Never know. You brought up Jameis. What a fascinating athlete and human being, really.
Yes.
Just overall, a fascinating human being. He threw for 497 yards on Monday night, 4 touchdowns, but then the 3 picks. It's almost like the game was a microcosm of his career. You look at the yardage, you're like, well, this guy should be a superstar. You look at the picture like, oh, yeah, that's why he's moved around so much.
It is. It's crazy because you look at the yardage, and there are moments here, and he looks like an all-pro. He looks like a guy that should be in the conversation for one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And then it's like the pick 6 come, and you're just like, how did that happen? What didn't we see here? But what I got to say, though, Jay, you said it. In fairness to him, they did not run the football well at all today. I think they were low 3s average per carry. He threw it 51 times. It might have been 57 by the end of the game there. They put him in a tough spot. And he really responded, and I thought that a lot of his throws were on time. Mm-hmm. This wasn't necessarily a game where, hey, I'm scrambling around and making crazy plays. He had a few of those, but a lot of them were on time where he was reading the defense. From the start of this game, the first completion to Jerry Jeudy was a work of art by him, his eyes, how he came to that progression, and it continued. I mean, some of those plays there to Njoku, unbelievable. And I sit here and think to myself, this is also a guy who it's his 5th game starting. It's his first year on the squad. So it's like, yes, the picks are tough, but I do wonder if they would have given him a fair shot, played him all year, which is what should have happened, and he can build even more chemistry. Would things, does he make one less mistake tonight, which could have led to a win?
And then let me ask you this question, because Joe Buck and Troy Aikman were flat out saying, they have to bring this guy back next year because they pointed out Jameis signed just a 1-year deal with the Browns this year. He's a free agent after this year. He could go anywhere. Do the Browns have to bring him back?
If they want to win, but the Browns do not want to win. I'm sorry, Browns fans, and I think most of them agree. If you bring Deshaun Watson back, and I know he's got 2 years guaranteed, it's over $90 million. So you got to pay the guy $90 million. And I don't have $90 million, so I don't know what it's like to just eat $90 million. Okay? So I get that's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to win football games, there is no way that Deshaun Watson off an Achilles, especially when you see these stark contrasts of this team with Deshaun versus this team tonight. Again, since Jameis has been in there, he's 2-3. 2 wins are the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Baltimore Ravens. He's lost to a playoff team in the Chargers. He's lost to a playoff team in the Broncos where he threw for 497 yards. And they have one bad loss to the Saints where he threw for 395 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. So it's a question of, are you going to eat the $90 million, 92, and try and win? Or are you just going to say we paid him $92 million and he's playing?
Yep. I think that summed it up pretty
I
succinctly.
think for the football people out there, we know what decision to make.
And at the end of the day, for the overall entertainment value, you want Jameis in the league. Speaking of entertainment, Luke, this Thursday. Oh, my goodness, Week 14.
Get your popcorn ready.
Oh, my goodness. Look at this matchup we have for you to kick off Week 14. 9-3 Packers, 11-1 Lions. Lions have won 10 straight. Packers have won 7 of 8. Detroit, a 3.5-point favorite. What are you expecting here?
We said this was a game of the year. I expect this to actually trump the game we just watched and be the game of the year. Short week, 2 phenomenal teams playing well. Detroit, a lot of injuries on defense, but they've been able to overcome them.
Yes.
This game should have it all and has a ton of playoff implications. I can't wait.
I cannot wait either. And then, of course, Luke, can you tell how amped up he is about this? Imagine how amped up he'll be after the actual game. You've got to watch it to find out